That sushi was delicious. Low-life maggots are 1,000 years too early to eat sushi here.
It seems like you're misunderstanding something.
What do you mean?
My reservation is in 1 week.
What?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen, and I'm 35 years old. I just moved to the city. I currently serve as a PTA board member at the elementary school that my daughter attends. Miss Helen? Huh? Oh, hi, Miss Megan. Anything the matter? I'd like to talk to you for a little while if you don't mind. So, actually, this is Megan, and she's in the accounting section of the PTA and one of Mary's close aides. I'm leaving her, you see. Wait, what happened all of a sudden? Miss Helen, the person's doing terrible things to you in secrecy, right? Well, yes. Actually, before you came along, I was being bullied by the same woman.
Were you really?
When I look at you right now, I remember my past self, and thank you for your concern, ma'am. I have a small request to make, and I was wondering if you could help me out. What is it? I made a reservation at a certain sushi restaurant, as Miss Megan told me to. Hello? Next week on Wednesday, do you have a space for 2 people? Oh, really? Perfect. Thank you very much.
Ah, Mrs. Thompson.
Principal Cortez. Can I help you?
And you're here too, Mrs. Jenner. Oh, perfect. You see...
While I was making a reservation at a sushi restaurant at the school, Principal Cortez approached me. But I was so surprised that this would lead to such a situation later on. Unforgivable. Troublebusters initiate. Mr. Principal, it's from Chairman Mary Turner. Would you mind if I answered it?
No worries.
Yes, hello. Helen Thompson.
Helen, dear.
Yes, Mrs. Turner?
Where do you think I am right now?
Huh? No, I don't know, ma'am.
The sushi restaurant.
Huh? The sushi restaurant?
You made a reservation at the sushi restaurant, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did.
The sushi was delicious. Low-life maggots are 1,000 years too early to eat the sushi here.
Don't tell me. Did you eat the sushi, ma'am?
Yep, I'll leave the payment to you, okay?
That's too ridiculous, ma'am.
It's not too ridiculous. Shake a leg and come pay the money quickly.
Seems like you're misunderstanding something.
What do you mean?
My reservation is in 1 week.
What? That can't be true. I checked to see if they had a reservation under your name.
But I assure you, that's not me.
But there was a reservation for Tiger Woodman Elementary. If you're going to lie, you better take some lessons.
In that case, I shall switch you to the person who reserved a table for today, ma'am.
What?
This is Principal Daniel Cortez speaking.
What?
I made a reservation at the sushi restaurant for today.
That's a lie, sir. Isn't it?
It's not a lie. That's why the reservation's made under the name Tiger Woodman Elementary.
That can't be true. I heard you call this place making a reservation for today.
You're so talented at eavesdropping on other people's business, huh?
There's definitely a reservation for today.
Well, that's for sure.
Right? Well then.
But after that, Principal Cortez talked to me about something.
About what?
I called the sushi restaurant and made a reservation for today, yes?
I knew it!
But right after that, Principal Cortez asked me if I could set up a place for some guests of his.
Huh? What does that mean?
In a nutshell, Mrs. Turner, Principal Cortez has some important guests tonight.
What?
Because this is an esteemed guest of his, meeting at a regular cafe somewhere is not exactly ideal, now is it?
No, not really.
No, it's not ideal, ma'am. So I thought it would be no problem if it was the high-end sushi restaurant I had booked, so I gave the reservation to Principal Cortez.
Why would you do something so selfish?
You are the one who did something selfish, are you not?
Shit. In any case, I haven't heard of anything like that.
It doesn't matter whether you heard of that or not. What are you going to do,
I don't know. You do something.
Why me?
This whole fiasco is your damn fault. Trying to make a reservation at such a high-class sushi restaurant even though you're just a low-life maggot.
The hell is that, ma'am? Should I say that to Principal Cortez?
Let me talk to him. I'll explain everything.
This is Daniel Cortez.
Principal Cortez. I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you.
Huh.
This time as well, Thompson has made a mistake. It seems she's aiming for the position of head chairman, so she deceives me like this on occasion.
Deceive you?
Yes, sir. She had made a reservation at a sushi restaurant for today, and she simply told me, Chairman, be there, okay?
Huh?
I also thought that it was all thanks to my daily efforts, but I never expected something like this.
But with what you said earlier, didn't you go to the sushi restaurant without permission, Chairman?
That can't be true, can it? Thompson is merely trying to frame me even more just because you're right in front of her right now, Principal.
No, you just said something like, maggots are years too early to eat the sushi here.
Well, No, I didn't say that.
No, I heard it loud and clear, Chairman.
The phone's on speaker, ma'am.
What?
I was in Principal Cortez's office just now, then I received a call from you and I just happened to press the speaker button.
Then...
Yes, Principal Cortez could hear all of your words to me.
No.
So it couldn't be more obvious that you're lying, ma'am.
Ugh.
To think that Chairman Turner is someone like this. I believed in you, and I'm disappointed.
Have I not done a lot for the school, Principal Cortez?
Really? For example?
Huh? Expanding the school's flower beds. Wasn't that done while I was in office, so to speak?
But you were against that, ma'am, if I recall.
What?
This was something I brought up on the agenda, but in a moment, you dismissed the idea as troublesome, didn't you?
No.
Principal Cortez just happened to hear about it and approached PTA board members, which led to its realization. Am I wrong? I was in charge of everything, communicating with the school and selecting the enterprise that would undertake the operation. You only said that it was troublesome through to the very end.
Shit.
So that's what happened. I would like to thank you very much, Miss Helen.
Oh, please, sir. Oh, yes. Well, the same goes for volunteering activities.
By which you mean?
As a Parents and Teachers Association, we once asked for donations because we wanted to donate to poorer countries.
Oh, I remember this.
And at that time, with everyone's help, we were able to raise a decent amount of money, but
What's wrong?
in the end, I was able to properly send it on in the form of a generous donation, but as it was still in progress,
Something happened.
Chairman Turner wanted to use the money to hold a party.
What?
And when I told her this is all donated money, her response was, since no one has any idea where it'll go or what it was for, it would be more meaningful to use it for ourselves. That burned into my mind, sir.
You're kidding. That's beyond impossible.
At that time, I managed to persuade her by force and got all the money donated.
Thank you very much for that. One wrong move could have resulted in a criminal offense.
Wait a moment. Look what the hell you're trying to do, eh? This is bullshit! I will expose you!
Expose me, you say?
Expose you to the Board of Education!
The Board of Education? Expose me about what?
That even though I'm working hard as PTA chairman, the school is unreasonably trying to dismiss me from my post.
Unreasonable. Who are you to talk about reason?
I will not forgive this! I'll tell the Board of Education, so help me!
Perfect timing, actually. I will appeal to them.
Huh?
The esteemed guest I had planned to meet tonight is none other than the superintendent of the Board of Education.
What?
I'll explain everything about what happened today, Chairman.
Please, wait a moment.
What is it?
You can't be serious, sir, right?
No? Why would I ever feel the need to lie right now?
Because why would a principal on the verge of retirement meet the superintendent?
We happen to know each other.
Is that so?
So don't worry. I'll explain everything for you, Chairman.
No,
Anything wrong?
when you said superintendent of the Board of Education,
But Chairman Turner, you said you would make an appeal.
well, once I thought about it carefully, I realized that it's not necessary.
Indeed. It's not like the Board of Education has jurisdiction over everything.
Huh?
Elementary school PTAs are under the jurisdiction of the PTA Federation, you understand?
I thought so. If that's the case, there's no point in telling them at all.
But it doesn't mean they aren't completely unrelated.
But there's no need to go out of your way to tell the Board of Education.
But you said you would tell them, did you not?
Nevertheless, I will contact the PTA Federation directly myself.
You need not bother. I will contact the Federation.
Excuse me? Principal Cortez, you don't have anything to do with the PTA Federation, do you?
Actually, that's precisely why I'm meeting with the superintendent tonight.
Huh?
It seems that the management of PTAs nationwide has become a serious problem recently.
What?
The Board of Education also sees this as a serious problem. That's why we've decided to cooperate strongly with the PTA Federation starting next year. As such, as sort of a trial run, we're also trying to establish a new organization to manage the regional PTA. And I was asked to become the superintendent of that, you see.
No way.
I was to meet them tonight to discuss that.
No.
Well, to be honest, I thought I'd like to take it easy after I retire. But once I saw this school's PTA, I realized it couldn't continue like this. If I can help in any way I can, I think I'll accept the position.
No, sir,
However, since we agree that we do not want to jeopardize the autonomy of the PTA, our idea is to only solve problems where they arise. What about our school, Chairman?
If we consider things carefully, perhaps the school might not be what it should be.
Really? For example?
The PTA chairman does a lot of, unnecessary things.
Unnecessary?
Yes, sir. I suppose you could say that they bully people who don't listen to them.
Megan, dear, what are you doing?
Chairman, could you please be quiet for a moment?
What?
What's been going on, Mrs. Jenner?
In the past, I consulted with Chairman Turner because of an unusually high expenditure, and
And?
it was soon after discovered that it had actually been for personal use.
What?
When I looked at the receipt she gave me and did a little digging around, I found that she had brought home appliances with school money.
I have not been doing that.
Is this true?
That's...
To make things worse, she threatened me, saying that if I told anyone about this, not only I, but my son wouldn't be able to get away unscathed.
I see.
Since I was in charge of the PTA's accounts, I thought it was wrong to commit fraud, so I filed a demand to Chairman Turner.
Of course, you paid for it, right?
That's when she told me to pay for it.
What?
If there was any fraud in the accounting, it's natural that the person in charge is responsible and ought to pay. That's what I was told.
No way.
To be honest, I did shoulder the debt.
Oh no.
After that, perhaps she thought it was probably too much, for she returned some of the money, but I still shoulder some of the money.
By the way, how much did it cost altogether?
A massage machine worth $1,000 was purchased.
1,000?
Of this, $800 has been paid back to me, so now I have $200 on hold.
$200? So much. I'm so sorry. I should have noticed.
No, sir. It's not your fault, Principal Cortez.
Oh, that's not all.
You have something too, Miss Helen?
You.
Chairman, be quiet.
Shit. Basically, various PTA jobs are forced onto mothers of the school in general.
Really?
It's not a strange thing because everyone that's part of the PTA should do something, right?
Well, certainly.
You may think so, but when she's pushing other mothers to do her jobs, she actually heads to an appointment to the beauty salon.
What?
In essence, she has a tendency to force other people to do the tedious work for her and only does fancy, satisfying jobs.
I see.
And then there's the bribery.
Bribery?
Pressuring people to vote for her during PTA chairman elections and giving money to those who did not yield are common habits of hers, it seems.
What in the world? Is this all true, Chairman?
That's...
If that is true, we cannot overlook it.
No.
I mean, of course not. There's no way we would allow such crimes to be committed.
It's just that everyone's indebted to me, so I wanted everyone to appreciate me.
That is what's called a bribe. It is true that this election is for a non-profit organization called the PTA, so it cannot be considered a federal crime.
Then it's okay, right?
However, it is a serious problem for such a person to remain as chairman.
No.
However, only the PTA has the right to appoint the chairman. It depends on what people like Miss Helen and Miss Megan want to do.
When the principal told us about this, her attitude suddenly changed. She must have thought that if she changed her attitude and asked us to be forgiven, things would be fine for her.
Helen, Megan, my dear friends.
Yes?
I was still inexperienced as chairman. As chairman, I promise to do my best to support our lovely elementary school students so that they can spend their time at school comfortably.
No, you've done enough. Thank you for your hard work.
Please don't say that, please.
How many years has it been since you became chairman?
3 years, why?
Isn't it strange that you can start doing something starting tomorrow even though you haven't been able to do it for 3 whole years?
That's just a matter of dedication.
Isn't it a problem in itself if you're the chairman and you don't have any dedication?
No,
As I said earlier, I would like you to resign as chairman.
please, let me do a little more. I'll do my best.
And why, pray tell, do you feel dedicated now?
That's, well, because I listened to what Principal Cortez said. No, because I realized that I had reached a point where I had to stop completely.
No. On the contrary, you find yourself in a situation where you cannot get through this unscathed and must quit.
No, that's...
Assuming the situation miraculously turns out in your favor and you keep your post, you will continue to do what you have been doing.
I will not.
No, I can't believe you. No matter what the situation, the PTA creates an environment that protects the children.
You are an obstacle, Turner.
We would like to ask you to resign as chairman.
Please, I'll do everything properly.
Now, Principal Cortez, it's time to meet with the superintendent, is it not?
Ah, yes it is. What about the location?
If you'd like, how about at my house? It'll be simple, but yes, I can prepare some nice cooking.
That's a nice idea. If it doesn't bother you, of course.
Lovely. If you don't mind, would it be alright if I invite other PTA executives who can make it?
Of course. We have a lot to talk about.
Come on, invite me too.
Oh no, we're low-life maggots, and we cannot possibly invite you to such an outhouse.
Oh no, it shouldn't be too bad. Please?
Now, Principal Cortez, Miss Megan, shall we go?
Please, don't abandon me.
Mary then resigned as chairman. We could have called a general meeting and had her dismissed, but I guess she thought that would make her image even worse. For the very next day, she herself said she would quit. Moreover, it seems that she had borrowed money from lots of people, and since she was no longer chairman, she faces horrendous pressure to pay it all back to the people. When she discussed it with her husband, he blamed her for everything and eventually divorced her. And I was appointed as the succeeding PTA chairman. I'd like to do my best to improve the bad environment that ex-chairman Turner left behind, and to support the school to make school life easier for everyone. Troublebusters.